Hey everyone, listen to Nerd Boy Comics. I'm Marco.
It's me, Charles.
And we're talking about Solo today because it's about time to talk about Solo.
I mean, it's been out for a week now?
Like 2 weeks?
Oh, 2 weeks?
I think.
Didn't even know.
This will be our After the Hate segment because there's no hype for Solo.
That movie's dead.
It was dead as soon as it hit the theaters. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I went to see it opening day. I didn't see it opening night. Not Thursday night. Friday afternoon to a theater full of families, actually, because summer started, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to a theater that's like right down the street, and it's kind of like a family-oriented theater a little bit. It's a little bit smaller, but also very comfy in the chairs. When we got there, there's like whole rows behind us and in front of us of like families. We reserved the seats, so we're like in the middle of like a bunch of almost like after-school groups, kind of. It felt like that. It felt like a bunch of after-school groups and like chaperones and parents were there because it's like 3:25 was our showing, and the whole time there's like very little reaction from the kids.
Oh no, I mean they wouldn't really understand. Like I feel like the kids who probably was in your theater room, they were just like, "Oh hey, it's Star Wars." Like you don't really know who you coming to see.
Yeah, but like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away thing that pops up, and then there's more blue text. And it's explaining Corellia, and it's explaining hyperfuel. Like, there's, I think, a paragraph of blue text that shows up. And then, well, no, it's not like a paragraph all at once. It's like 2 lines, 3 lines, 2 lines, 3 lines, and then it opens up.
Oh, God.
And I was like, this is really weird for, like, the format of Star Wars, like, opening up. Yeah, also, we're all spoilers on this one.
Yeah,
just in case you didn't know.
It's been 2 weeks. Let's be honest. If you haven't went to go see it yet, you're not really planning on to. I haven't seen it, but I know what happens in this movie, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's totally fine. You could go without seeing the movie.
No. I meant like the movie was okay. Not if like they haven't seen it. Like no, the movie overall is okay.
Yeah, I would call Solo just so because it's all right.
Yeah,
it's just a movie. Not a phenomenal worldwide experience that needs to be viewed by all. No. Not even other countries like this movie. Actually, it tanked in China.
We could only send maybe 4 movies at most, and they decided to let Solo be one of those movies.
No, I think we send 15 movies to China a year, which it sounds like a lot, but
it's really not.
Yeah,
I mean, we make sure we send all of the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
and that's 5 at most.
Yeah, this year it's gonna be 3 Marvel movies, but then they're gonna be we'll send Bumblebee too. Send that one.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
I just feel like I feel like because it's a Star Wars movie, they think that they're going to get that hype about it. And I mean, let's be honest. Only people who want to see Star Wars movies are Star Wars fans.
Yeah, in China they have no nostalgia for Star Wars. They changed the name of Solo from Solo: A Star Wars Story to Ranger Solo.
What?
Just to be don't worry, it's not a Star Wars movie, China. It's not a Star Wars movie.
I bet you while they were there, halfway through the movie, someone was like, what the hell is his morpher?
Oh, like Power Rangers?
Yes.
Oh, that'd be so crazy. If China marketed Solo as a Power Rangers spin-off or a Transformers spin-off,
they'll possibly make more money.
They maybe, but then people would have been more outraged because then they would have realized halfway through when they saw Chewbacca that they got tricked.
No, if he pulls out a morpher, no, they wouldn't. You just got to make a completely different movie for them.
Reshoot the movie again for a third time.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it could have probably been reshot for 3 times, and we just don't know. You
know what's funny? There actually is a trailer with all the Lord and Miller footage that they showed at Star Wars Celebration last year. And that was before the reshoots. That was before they were fired, before any of that.
Oh.
And then, the reason they didn't have a trailer until, February of this year was because they didn't want any of that footage in this trailer.
Well, I don't think any of that footage even leaked online, did it?
I don't think so, but I know everyone who went to Star Wars Celebration was talking about oh my god, the Lord and Miller stuff, it's so great.
Oh god. So could it have been a better movie?
I think it would have been equally as despised, just for different reasons.
Why would you say equally despised?
Well, Solo is kind of like hated right now, but at the same time, it's just met with indifference.
I believe that it's hated right now because it's okay at best.
Yeah, and okay at best is probably the worst kind of Star Wars.
Yeah, like, I feel like there should be no Star Wars movie that's okay at best.
I mean, if it's really bad, like the prequels, you could still enjoy it.
I mean, even
Solo is just like, you know what? In a few years, I think Solo will be one of those movies that you watch because it's so bad it's good.
No.
Do you want me to tell you a few lines from this movie?
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So what's your name? Han. What's your last name? I don't have anyone. Well, you gotta belong to someone. No. All right. Solo.
That is so horrible.
Yes. Let me give you another line.
Oh.
So what's your name? Chewbacca sound. That's way too long. Chewbacca? I gotta think of something shorter. I'm not gonna say that every time. Let's see. And something Emilia Clarke is in this movie.
Yes.
Daenerys. She says to Han, I know who you are. Who am I? You're the good guy. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. End of scene.
What? Oh, God. I think, yes, this will probably be running in the background once it comes to Netflix or whatever streaming service while I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. This is kind of a movie that you would play at a bar in the background with music playing over it. Like, there'll be music playing over this. This will be a visual that's on the screen. You're drunk. You're just sitting there. You're watching Solo. And you're wondering, how has my life fallen this far? You're just watching. And you're mesmerized by how inebriated you are. And how, like, man, I gotta sober up because I need to stop watching this.
That sounds appropriate for Star Wars. For Solo, a Star Wars movie.
This will be at Star Wars pub crawls. Like, and people will be like, oh man, we made it to this bar that's playing Solo. Why can't we go back to, like, the Empire bar?
No, and that's the thing that kind of upsets me. I'm like, I was somewhat looking forward to this. I feel like for a character that we know, we enjoyed this movie. Well, I did, and I haven't even seen it. Like, I enjoy it less than, like, Rogue One. I think it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Compared to this, I think it was a great freaking movie.
Actually, I didn't like Rogue One as much. I like the last part. The last third of the movie is really good, especially with Darth Vader. But this movie has a cool third act, but one part of a third act. Like, one scene in the third act, and that's it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, there's also that the switcheroo, the plan the plan at the end is funny because Woody Harrelson,
who he tells him, don't trust anyone, kid.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson betrays Han, and he tells Paul Bentley, he tells the Vision, like, hey, Han's gonna betray you. And then the Vision thinks that he is going to be betrayed, but he wasn't being betrayed at all.
Exactly.
And then Han has a gun. It's dumb. Vision ends up dying anyway. This is the second movie this summer that Vision's died in.
So he died a total of 3 times this summer.
Yes, he has. The Vision has died 3 times this summer.
Oh, God.
Also, he had... Okay, the first hint that Darth Maul's in... Oh, spoilers. Darth Maul's in the movie.
I think that was probably the best part of this entire movie.
Yes, Paul Bettany has hand blades that are double-sided, and they light up red.
That should have been the first sign that, hey, maybe we might just see Darth Maul in this movie.
Yeah, and there's Easter eggs all over his office. There's Star Wars Easter eggs with, like, Sith holocrons. There's the Crystal Skull, which I thought at first was a Indiana Jones thing, but there's a Star Wars book also about a Crystal Skull, also with Han Solo.
So, I guess that book is canon now?
Maybe? No, I don't think so. Like, just things from that book are real, but not the adventure itself, probably. Maybe later, I don't know. But also they have the idol from Indiana Jones, the golden one. And I thought for a second, are they just going to keep having Harrison Ford references?
Like, we want you to kind of like this kid.
Yes.
We want you to see Harrison Ford in him. Like, I don't think that's the way to go.
They make an Air Force One reference.
Oh no!
So there's a little CGI blue monkey with 4 arms, and I can't remember if it's like a Skyrider or a Stormtrooper, one of those, jumps on the plane and he's like, "Get off my plane!" And the classic Harrison Ford line that everyone overlooks.
I mean, you could. Oh. It's funny because I was listening to another podcast, and the way that they discuss how in all the trailers when you see the Millennium Falcon, it looks completely different than what you see now. And it's just like he just like lets it like falls apart.
Interesting. In this movie, the Millennium Falcon is owned by Lando, and he has it like really pristine. It's in perfect condition. It's kind of like his Lamborghini. Like he treats it so well. And then by the end of this movie, Han destroys the Millennium Falcon practically. Like doing the Kessel Run, which they do the Kessel Run because it's a Star Wars spin-off movie and you have to.
And because it was mentioned so much, and that's pretty much what Han Solo is known for. It's like, let's not put this in any other movie except this one.
Yeah. No, it's mentioned in one line in the originals, but the sad part about Star Wars prequels now is that if it's mentioned in one line, you have to have a whole movie dedicated to this thing. Clone Wars, that gets 2 movies dedicated to it. Kessel Run, that gets a whole movie. If they do a Tashi Station movie, I'm gonna be done with Star Wars.
What's Tashi Station?
It's where Luke.
I just feel like when I said it, I could just see it now in a galaxy far, far away.
Tashi Station is the place Luke wants to go to, but Uncle Owen won't let him.
He's going to get his own movie.
Tashi Station. It's going to be they're going to have a movie about how everyone joined the rebellion and all his friends left him and he's going to be really sad. He's played by Sebastian Stan.
Then he loses an arm. And some man
in
some African country replaces it for him. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong universe. Wrong franchise. But I guess instead of keep beating up on this movie, we just have to say you should just go ahead and wait to come out on Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, we could go on and on, but I think everyone's really beat this movie up pretty well. I mean,
yeah.
We're
not bullies.
Unless
it comes to DC.
Yeah, unless it comes to DC.
Movies, not the comics.
Yeah, the DCEU, but the comics are really well made.
I don't know what to say. I just feel like it's one of those, when there are stories to tell, you might not like how the stories are told.
Yes, and maybe leave a little bit of mystery, because Han Solo has no depth until episode 7.
Yeah.
Like Han Solo is a smuggler who turns good over the course of a few movies, and then you do a time skip and you see how he became a full person. Don't make a movie about him not being a person and not having a personality, and also not even being the person we meet in episode 4. This movie shouldn't have been made. No one asked for it.
No one asked for, like, you know what, honestly, I feel like the resources that was put into this movie, you should have put it in the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie.
Yeah. Did you say Colombia?
I got lost. He was a coffee farmer.
He was a Colombian coffee farmer.
But no,
nothing else from Colombia.
I feel like you could have took the resources that was put into this movie, did an Obi-Wan movie, and could have ended it off how, like, Rebels did. Was it Rebels?
Rebels with Darth Maul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have ended it off like that.
This movie actually has a lot of opportunities it could have taken to do something really good with tying it into the sequels. Like, there's a moment, the Darth Maul moment could have easily been Snoke. And then, like, the Solo, Kira, she's like the female protagonist, kind of. Mm-hmm. She's in the movie. She could have easily been retconned in as being, like, Rey's mom or grandma, or at least someone.
Rey's parents are just 2 drunk people who sold her for more liquor.
I think J.J. Abrams going to retcon that.
Nah, I hope he does it. I like the angry fan base right now.
I like the butthurt fan base now.
You can't always get what you want.
Yeah. I do enjoy angry Star Wars fans, but I also think we're really annoying.
I am a fan of Star Wars, but I do not consider myself a Star Wars fan because I cannot understand the frustration that some of the fans have behind the decisions that studios make.
Yeah. To all my friends, I'm like the Star Wars guy. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people come to me for my opinions on Star Wars. And I've over the course of, 4 years?
Yes.
I've kind of had my view of Star Wars change a lot. Like from, I like The Force Awakens. And then being like, Rogue One's kind of okay. Last Jedi's kind of okay. This one, you don't really have to watch it. Like, it's progressively just... it's gotten to a point where I'm just like, I like Star Wars, yeah, but I like some older Star Wars stuff. Like, or stuff that isn't the movies. Like Rebels. Yeah. I enjoy Rebels. I enjoy the comics right now.
I enjoy Clone Wars. I like those little snippets of episodes.
Yeah.
And sadly, that's why I said I am a fan of Star Wars, but I don't consider myself a Star Wars fan because I don't share that equal hate for the prequels. Like, to me, I consider those like guilty pleasures. Like, I know there are things from them that's not good, but it's still a story to be told. But they're not like Solo.
Yeah, and this fandom's kind of weird because it's almost as annoying as the Rick and Morty fandom. Like,
yeah,
because this is the fandom that really bullied George Lucas into selling the franchise and like made Hayden Christensen like go a little bit crazy, and also what's his name, the little kid who played Anakin, like he's become a criminal now. And
you see what you've done to these people?
Like that might not entirely be our fault. Like maybe that was just mental instability to begin with, but also maybe a little bit our fault.
It's you guys' fault.
And then also like bullying people off the internet. Like I think the actress who played Rose quit Instagram. Daisy Ridley quit Instagram, and writers, directors, artists.
He's just like, I don't get no damn.
Yeah.
Say what you want about me. You ain't gonna fight me though.
Pretty much. I bet John Boyega could be in a boxing movie. Isn't he in something where he's a hero, or I don't know? But
that's why he was working out for those Star Wars haters. He's like, yeah, go ahead. You see his Instagram. He was in the gym. It's like, yeah, you ain't ready to catch these hands.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Bull. That guy like boxes anyone who criticizes his movies.
But are you gonna fight me though? Yeah. I can say it now. Are you gonna fight me though? But I think that's it for Solo.
Yeah, Donald Glover did a great job impersonating Lando. I think it's one of the more entertaining parts of the movie. What's his name? Ehrenreich, or if that's even his name.
I don't know his name.
Alden Ehrenreich.
I've never seen him before.
I've seen that clip of Hail Caesar.
Oh, nope.
No?
I feel like he's a character. I mean, he's an actor where I understand he's a no-name, and Star Wars likes to do that. Pick up no-name actors and turn them into stars, but it's not going to work with him.
No, I think he's going to be known as the Solo guy. Like, you know how Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, they never really had a career launch from this?
That? Yeah.
I think that he's going to be stuck in that purgatory.
And sadly, he's not getting a trilogy.
No. There might be spin-offs. There'll be spin-offs to the spin-off with Darth Maul or Kira or Lando or Chewie. Because Chewie's family is mentioned and brought up, but also, like, neglected at the same time.
But, like, as you mentioned, all those characters that you name, none of them are Solo.
Is this the new Caravan of Courage? Is this the new Ewok movies?
I feel like it is.
Is this the new Christmas special?
Oh, God. They got the budget for it.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is like just forgotten about.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Like Rogue One, it's still in some people's eyes because it's literally what takes place right before like Episode 4. But I feel like here it's like you can kind of place it into the timeline, but it's like, do we really care?
Yeah. You can throw it away. Like Rogue One is a story no one asked for. Like no one really cared about that, but it delivered something.
Yeah.
Like Solo is a story no one wanted. No one asked for. Okay, I'm going to steal a line from the movie again. At one point, Lando's like, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But I'll accept it. And that's how I feel about Solo.
I think as he was saying that line, he's like, oh, this is going to be a meme.
This is going to be how I feel about the script, but I'm not going to say anything because I already signed the contract.
Yep, and they already paid me. This is America.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they definitely didn't put their foot in it.
Nah, I'm not giving my rating on this one because technically I didn't see the movie.
But I did. I saw it. Andrea and I were going to talk about this like the day we saw it. And she had so much hate for it. She was angry.
Wow.
And she realized that her family loved it. because her brother is kind of like a he really loves nostalgic Star Wars stuff, and this is nostalgic. Like this brings up everything you like, kind of, but at the same time,
older brother, younger brother,
older brother.
Oh, okay,
and some other people that we know, like my coworkers like it, her coworkers like it. Some of my buddies from drill, they like it. So I guess I'm alone in hating it, but the internet hates it too. So maybe if you're here to self-validate yourself on the internet.
I mean, I just don't seem interested to go see it in theaters. Now, it may change if I accidentally see it because I have nothing else to do. I'll update you guys. Like, hey, did you finally see Solo? No.
We have so many things to see this month. We have Hotel Artemis.
Oh, yes.
Incredibles 2.
Yes.
We have Jurassic World.
Woo!
And maybe we could rewatch Infinity War.
I can't.
I don't want to go.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Chewie, I don't feel so good.
Oh, God.
Okay. Do you know about Enfys Nest?
Enfys Nest?
Enfys Nest is the quote-unquote secondary villain of the movie.
No.
She's a ginger girl. Surprise that she was a girl, even though it wasn't really a surprise, you could tell. And she's also starring in The Rebellion.
Oh, I heard about...
Yeah, she stole the stuff to... it's... You know what? We're done talking about the movie.
Yeah, you trying to validate it?
No, I'm not really validating it. Just being like, this happened and I didn't like it, but I don't care. Like, I want to say I don't like the movie, but I don't care.
See, I feel like once I do watch it, I'm going to get that same reaction how I did with like Rogue One, where it's like, it feels like a Star Wars movie. It's something else that takes place in the universe. It's all right, but until then, I'm not too excited about seeing it.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually more excited about Rogue One than I was this.
Yeah, because Rogue One is like the first spin-off. Like, this is the first movie since the last...
But
or not.
I don't care about... Like, I like Han Solo for who he is. I'm not excited to hear about this random story.
Yeah. 9 years before he even goes to the cantina. 9 years before all the good stuff you like.
Like, you know what I want to see? What takes place before... the prequels. I'm like, wait a minute. I was going to say before episode 4. I'm like, yes, they did 1, 2, and 3. You see how that turned out. Let's go a little bit further into the past. Like, honestly, I want something 1,000 years in the past.
Yeah, go far enough to where we can have stakes and consequences without knowing the outcome.
Like, with Rian Johnson talking about doing a new trilogy, which I hope he still do, give me something that's either so far into the past or so far into the future and doesn't talk about these damn Skywalkers, these damn Solos. I just want something that's not tied to anything.
Yeah.
And
but you know they won't be able to help themselves.
I know. And I think that's the reason why I like Rogue One so much. Like, it's like one of those, we know how this is going to turn out. But honestly, I like to see like this quote unquote heist movie being told. And it was honestly, seeing Rogue One, I knew, like, it felt like Star Wars, a war that was taking place in space. I don't care about like Han Solo. I only care about him because like he met this young kid named Luke and he gave him a ride on his Millennium Falcon, and that sounds so wrong on so many levels.
It does.
But it's one of those things. I like Han Solo and I know who he is and I appreciate him through Harrison Ford. I'm not saying this kid is not a good actor. It's just that it's not a story that I wanted.
Yeah.
It's not a story I dare to know. I mean, it's one of the... Like, I feel like if it was something... Like, for instance, like you said, Rogue One. It's all because of one stupid little sentence in episode 4 during, like, the credit rolling. Like, that they was like, oh, we could make an entire movie out of this. I'll be fine with that. But, like, for Han, it's just like, I don't care how he got his gun. I don't care how he got his scar. I give 2 shits less on how he got his vest and his name.
You know what's funny? The scar thing actually shows up before the movie even starts.
Yeah. And
so they don't Indiana Jones it.
Yeah, I heard that. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, but I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Like, it's, I feel like this should have been a 6 episode or a 10 to 12 episode Netflix series.
It could have been. It would have been, you know what?
They would have saved a lot more money and probably got a ton of more views. This would have been perfect. I feel like you could have literally did like a 5-season series of like Solo on like the Disney streaming service. It's like, yeah, it's one of those stories that we don't really need to make this into a movie.
You know what? This could be a pilot. If you want to retroactively be like, oh no, that wasn't a movie. That was the pilot to see if anyone was interested in this series.
I'll be fine with that. Like, leave it at that. But I feel like as if it's just one of those things that I don't really care about.
Yeah, because all these actors, like, yeah, I can imagine them as like TV actors. Like Donald Glover works in TV.
I mean, he already has like his own show.
Yeah, he has Atlanta, but he could pop up like every once in a while, maybe like do cameos and stuff. Amelia Clarke, Game of Thrones is almost done. Like she could show up in this
It's
series.
another paycheck for her.
Yeah, Ray Park, he's a stunt guy. Like he's a stunt coordinator guy, so he could be Maul and be voiced by Sam Witwer or whatever his name is, and then like just make it a TV thing.
I mean, because let's be honest, the guy who's playing Solo and the guy who's playing Chewbacca, they have nothing else better to do with their career. I'm not trying to be mean towards them. It's just that's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you could have saved. You guys, how much money they spent on this again?
They could have saved 15% or more by switching it to a Netflix series.
Exactly.
Instead of Geico.
And I'm looking. It's one of those things where it should have stayed like a TV series.
Yeah.
Something like this.
If retroactively, after they fired Lord Miller, they should have been like, you know what, this is
we'll
Inhumans the shit out of this.
And I feel like as if they were just too far in, and they was just like, we got to release this.
Yeah.
And what we have now is just a really rough cut. And I'm fine with that. But I say, you know, what's done is done. Let's not make this mistake again.
Yeah.
If you do another side story, it better be on a character and a story that like people actually would like. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm perfectly fine with that.
I kind of think this is like if Marvel did the Inhumans as a movie.
No,
like
God, I'm so glad they turned that to like, what was that, 10 episodes? That was about all that they needed to show. It was short, simple, to the point. God, we spent too much time on Solo.
We did, but I think it's like almost 30 minutes already.
Okay, yep, that's it. We're done.
I think we're wrapping this up. All right, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that great stuff. We love you guys, and thank you for listening to this whole thing about us talking about Solo.
How many views we're going to get? Solo.
Yeah, Solo on the views. Who cares, though? Because, you know, I just felt like talking about this.
It's understandable. But, yeah we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
See ya.